everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you as always for tuning back in. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Layla, the Lenormand reader, and I use the amazing Lenormand deck. We are doing a weekly today, so let's go ahead and start with you, Aries. I've got the Zen deck and we're doing a 3x2. Okay, Aries, here is your 3x2. It's looking kind of straightforward to me. We have the man at the end of the line and on the right hand side of the 3x2, which points to a meeting with someone. It sounds like it's a bit tricky to get to meet with them or to move forward with whatever projects you have with them, but certainly with the ship and the clover, things move forward and things work out. So actually looking at the first corner cards, we have the clouds and man. And the clouds brings up complications, so a bit of confusion, a bit of maybe stress and tension with this person. But the stork and ship is very much about movement. It is actually a combination that points to big moves, potentially, like migration and moving countries. Of course, for me, I need more than 2 cards for something specific like this, but it is definitely a good sign for forward movement and progress. The clouds, clover, and ship in the top row is similar. We have the ship and beautiful clover that come after the complications of the clouds. So we see very clearly that you're able to move past whatever issues, complications, or confusion is ahead with this person. And also, Aries, the clover is a lucky card. So it is when it comes to the combination with the clouds, it very much encourages you not to be negative and not to over worry. And as we see with the ship, things move forward. The stork with the fox and man can go in a couple of different ways, mainly because of the fox. The fox can be someone who's a bit selfish, self-interested, and not always fully invested. But it is also a card of jobs. So in its more negative reading, the fox probably suggests that this person is a bit difficult to come through, just like we saw with the clouds. But when it comes to work and jobs and projects, which is also supported by the ship, by the way, well, with the stork, things move forward and it sounds like you engage with this person. The clouds and stork is actually nice because the stork on the other side of the clouds tells us that you get past the issues here. And the stork, like the ship, they are active cards, so it helps to be take initiative, Aries, to make things happen. The clover and fox is a good sign here, telling us not to over worry too much about the potentially negative aspects of this person or the situation as a whole. And it is also a great message for work and jobs and projects. So it's great. I think you kick something off this week. You're able to progress and move forward with your work or your projects, whatever it is specifically you have with this man. The ship and man is, again, moving forward with these projects. It can be a combination of travel. Maybe this person leaves. And if that's the case, Aries, I have to wonder if maybe you're relieved. Just putting it out there, it could be the case. It could be the reason why the clouds is next to the clover and the fox is next to the clover, telling you to take it easy because this person is about to go off in his own direction. So you're going to be worry-free about this person. That too is possible. But overall, Aries, it's looking active, it's looking promising. Hang in there, work through the issues, and you'll be able to move forward with this person. The clouds, fox, and ship is similar. We have both clouds and fox here. It can add a little bit to each of their negativity. But again, the ship is great for moving forward, and it's really nice to see the cards in this order. And the stork, clover, and man is very reassuring because things move forward positively. And I think whatever issues or doubts or concerns about this person's intentions are resolved with the clover. So really nice cards for forward movement and also probably for collaborating and moving in a productive direction with this person. It seems to me, Aries, that this is more focused on your work, practical things. It's not so much romantic or personal because the cards are not really headed in this direction. But in case it is for you, Aries, I think the cards are also promising. They could ask for tact and being more careful with this person, but eventually things move forward. So let me know what you make of these ideas, Aries. I hope you resonate with them in a positive way. Leave me a comment or two. As always, I look forward to your thoughts. Very best of luck with the week. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Taurus, let's get into your 3x2. We are using the Zen deck today, and let's see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Taurus, here is your 3x2. It's looking mostly neutral. There is the mouse, it's a bit challenging. There is the coffin as well. But what I'm seeing from these cards is not so much negative issues or problems, but things have to go on hold. Things take time, and it doesn't look like you can progress as much as you'd like this week. An ending is also possible, and so you have to bring something to a close and let it go. But I think the idea of waiting is much more captured through the cards. So the mouse and coffin. The coffin is a card of waiting, but the mouse is about annoyances and things that drag. So when we see these two together, it's clear that time is being wasted and things are slowing down. And because the mouse is a bit negative, it sounds like it's annoying and you have to deal with this. The letter in tree tells us that you could be waiting on some news or some feedback, some kind of message or paperwork, whatever it is specifically for you. The tree is also a card of slowness and patience, and so with these different cards and the coffin and mouse, it's pretty clear that you have to wait on this. At the same time, the letter with the tree suggests that this news is important to you because it could grow into something significant. And I think we see this with the fish, which is a card of money. And so you could be waiting on a deal or some feedback regarding something financial or practical. The mouse with the cross and tree is another message of having to wait. The cross can be a card of burdens and weight and heaviness. And it often suggests that things are out of your hands. And with the mouse, it's pretty clear that this is annoying you, and you just have to wait on this along with the tree. See if you can take it easy, Taurus. It sounds like you can't do much about this anyway, so maybe avoid fretting or overstressing. The letter fish and coffin is maybe waiting for funds, news or news about this opportunity or situation related to the fish. The fish, like I said, is often about money, work, business. So it seems to me that this is more on the practical side of your life. But we have the coffin at the end of the line, which again tells us that's probably within the week, Taurus, you're not likely to hear. The mouse and letter can suggest disappointing news or difficult news, but because of all of these waiting cards, it's probably also that element of dragging. The cross and fish is something important in regards to your money. It could be an offer, it could be something that would make you happy, but it could also mean, on a more negative reading, it can point to responsibilities and maybe money that you have to pay or things that you have to follow up on. And so maybe this is where the pressure comes in. The tree and coffin, a very clear message of waiting and things being on hold. And again, the need to wait on this, Taurus. So this can be a bit frustrating. I'm not saying that things move, at least not as fast as you'd like within the week, Taurus. You're going to have to be patient, and I think you're going to be a bit annoyed and burdened by this, but at the same time, it's a little bit out of your hands. The tree is a peaceful card, so see if you can take a step back and just wait on things to come through. And also, because of the cross, which is also a card of things that are meant to be, Taurus, it might be for a good reason. And maybe you don't see this just yet, but you could sort of, trust that things are unfolding. The mouse, fish, and tree is about recovering finances or money normally. It can also be about growth and growing in a positive direction. But obviously with the mouse, there are some frustrations and annoyances that get in the way. So again, the need for patience. The letter with the cross and coffin, I have to suggest, Taurus, that this could be news of an ending. Maybe you're waiting on this to see if you can end something and move forward. But again, the cross and coffin, they also have that idea of heaviness and burden. And so you have to wait on this news to come through. So definitely a slower week, and news not coming as fast as you'd like, and maybe not coming at all within the week. So they need to be patient, Taurus, and see if you can step back and wait on this. It seems to be focused on work, money, those practical things. But in case it's about a person, well, the same idea applies. You can't really force anything. You can't make things happen. It's sort of out of your hands. So step back a little bit. Let me know if this resonated with you, Taurus. What were you waiting on? And if you're able to, sort of chill and wait for it to come through. As always, I look forward to your thoughts and feedback. Very best of luck with this, Taurus. Again, relax about it. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Gemini, let's get into your weekly reading. We are doing a 3x2 with the Zen deck. And let's see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Gemini, here is your 3x2, and this is a very clear 3x2. We have a very clear message of an ending. We have the scythe with the coffin, with the tower, with the mouse. Now, these can be a little bit challenging, especially the mouse, but it might be something that you need to do and get rid of and move on. And the rider and fish can be quite exciting. So the mouse and scythe can actually point to a loss. And it could have been a waste or a waste of time or a waste of resources. And I think with the scythe being so, sharp, especially on the right hand side here, it's a good idea, Gemini, at this point to cut your losses and move on. The tower and fish would normally suggest long-term investments, a long-term strategy when it comes to finances, and it can also represent a job or some kind of business opportunity, because the tower is not just about this idea of longevity and time, but it is also a card of institutions and businesses and places like that. It can also point to banking and those institutions in your life. So maybe there's been a long-standing issue with this situation, and at this point you need to move on and move into something else, because it seems to be a waste and it doesn't seem to be leading to much. In some specific scenarios, I can suggest also, Gemini, that you've closed something off, you've completed something, and you can now move on without further ado. Now, the mouse with the rider and fish, this would be really nice for work and business and an opportunity. It could also be something like income, getting money in some way or other. But the mouse seems to be dragging. So there can be a slower pace here. And it can also be advice for you to do something about it. The tower with the coffin and scythe, so just the coffin and scythe by themselves are a very clear message of an ending. And with the tower, there is that element of longevity. So I would say no longer waiting, Gemini, on things to happen. I think at this point you need to draw a sharp line. The mouse and tower suggests, too much time spent. There can also be issues with this institution or whatever is the official matter represented by the tower. So it's been dragging and it sounds like it's annoying. The rider and coffin is a clear message to me, Gemini. It tells us that you need to, bring it to an end. Why? Because the rider is a proactive card. It takes action and it moves forward. It takes initiative. And with the coffin, it might be a good idea to just bring it to an end. The fish and scythe can be cutting your losses, cutting budgets, and also cutting off the situation. So again, a very clear message of a release. So I think, Gemini, things are not, with this situation, things are not progressing. They're not moving forward. They're not getting anywhere. And it sounds like you're better off stopping the waste and just avoid wasting your time any longer and move on from it. Now the fish and tower, they make the theme clearly about work, money, business, some official matters. I'm not really seeing personal relationships here, but in case it is, you might want to also draw a line with this person, Gemini, and move on, because it's not progressing, it's not going anywhere, and it's a waste of your time. The mouse with the coffin and fish is sort of similar to the top row, where you could be waiting on funds or waiting for an opportunity to materialize. And honestly, it doesn't sound like it is, honestly, Gemini. The tower, rider, and scythe is a change of direction. And the tower and scythe together is a release from the past. So again, with the rider being proactive and forward moving, I think, Gemini, you're better off just don't waste your time on this anymore. Just cut your losses and move on. If it pops up again in the future, you see what you do about it. But I think at least within the week, just let it go because it's a waste of your time. I'd be very curious to know if you resonated with this, Gemini. What was the situation that was wasting your time and dragging, and that you feel at this point you can draw the line? And will you draw the line? I'd be really interested to know. So leave me a comment or two. As always, I look forward to your feedback. Thank you so much for tuning in. Very best of luck with the week. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Cancer, let's get into your weekly. We are doing a 3x2 with the Zen deck. Let's deal out your cards and see what is in store for you. Okay, Cancer, here is your 3x2. It's looking pretty pleasant. We have a relationship with the man. With the Tower, it sounds like it's someone from the past, and with these lovely cards, you have an opportunity to connect with them, or you're visiting them, and it's looking pretty peaceful and easy. We have the Tower and Tree. They're both cards of the past. I think they could be highlighting your family, your roots, or a place that you sort of go back to, and people you go back to. They are also cards of time and patience. And the Tower can also represent something like an institution, an organization, or some kind of official situation. And you may be waiting on a meeting with someone in this location or this organization. The Heart and Man is lovely. It points to a kind person and you have a good relationship with them. The Heart is more on the feeling side, and I think with the Tree and Clover, it could tend towards a more personal relationship. Regardless of who this person is specifically, I think there's a good connection, and I think you're maybe looking forward to see this person or to connect with him. The Tree, Road, and Man can be about going to see them. They could also be coming. The Tree can point to something slower, so maybe you're trying to arrange for this, or trying to make it happen, but I do think it's in progress this week. So see if you can put in an effort and at least meet this person halfway. The Heart with the Clover and Tower is lovely. I think you have maybe a past chapter with this person, or you've known this person a long time, and the Heart and Clover bring really nice feelings, and the Tower is normally a bit on the colder side. But with the Heart and Clover, I think there could be a bit of a longing, to be with this person. So I think they're sweeter cards, and I think you're able to reconnect with this person. The Tree and Heart is certainly lovely for developing feelings and a connection with this person. The Road and Clover could encourage you to take that trip, Cancer, to go somewhere, to go places with this person. Maybe don't overthink it too much, and just sort of make it happen. And the Man and Tower points to, qualifies this person. So a long-term relationship, a previous, someone you've known a long time. It could also represent someone older, someone senior, and someone who could support you in some way or other. But there's definitely a good connection, and I think it's going to be worth your time, Cancer, to make a bit of effort to meet this person and connect with him. The Tree, Clover, and Man is certainly really supportive of this. There's again, a bit like with the Heart, a good connection here. And the Heart, Road, and Tower sounds like wanting to reconnect with that person and go the extra mile to connect with them. So who this person is, Cancer, is flexible. Like I said, the Tree and Tower can suggest, people connected with your roots, maybe relatives, family, but also, places from the past, that you have a connection to. And who this man is specifically is also flexible. It depends on your specific situation. So let me know what you made of these cards, Cancer, who this person is, and if you, how you feel about them, and if you want to take that step to connect with them. As always, I look forward to your thoughts and feedback. Very best of luck with the week. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Leo, let's get into your 3x2. We're doing a 3x2 with the Zen deck. And let's see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Leo, these are some pretty clear cards. It sounds like you close a deal, you get an agreement, you sign a contract. It's very clear from all of these cards. We have the Ring and Letter, we have the Fish and Ship, we have the Moon with all of these. It's a card of offers, so very tight and very clear. We have the Fish and Letter. This could be a contract or maybe some kind of a business deal. So there are communications and exchanges about an opportunity. The Fish is often a card of money, so it's probably in relation to your work and business. We have the Fish and Tower, and this can point to direction you're going to take over the longer term. I would say a year or so with the Tower. But it's also a card of official things. So it can, highlight the, the formality of the news and the agreement and the contract. And so it's pretty clear that you're closing something pretty significant this week. The fish with the moon and Tower is similar. The moon is a card of offers. And with the Tower, again, there's that element of being official and formal. The Tower is also a card of institutions and organizations. And so you could sign a deal with a certain company or some kind of organization. I have to say, Leo, they're also good cards for long-term investments. And so if you're heading into something like this, you want to keep your eye over the long term. The ship with the letter and ring and letter, this is a clear message of a deal and a contract. The ring and letter is often a contract or an agreement, and with the ship, you are, you're moving forward with this. So very clear. Again, the cards are recurrent. The fish and ship is great for sales, for trade. So again, it sounds like you close a deal. The moon and ring is another offer, another agreement combination here, very clear. And the Tower and letter has a message of formalizing this contract or the understanding and the communication. So the cards are really clear, Leo. It sounds like you close a deal this week. It can be in relation to your work, your business, but it could also be financial agreements. Maybe you're going into an investment and closing it. Maybe you're dealing in some kind of sale. It doesn't have to be strictly in your work life. It could be in another area of your life. But it sounds like the money thing and the practical side is highlighted. The fish with the ring and Tower, another message of a longer term commitment. And the ship, moon, and letter is another message of an offer. So again, the cards are very tight. The message is recurring across all of the combinations. So it's really hard not to see it this way. Now, the ring is sometimes a card of, it is a card of relationships, but it can be a personal relationship. I don't feel so much, Leo, but in case it is for some of you, this is still a really good connection. It sounds like it's pretty serious. You have maybe interests together, and you could be in for the longer term commitment. So I think the cards are mostly neutral, but they still have like a positive overall tone because it is successful, in terms of your deals. You land an agreement, you're able to move forward. So I would say it's pretty positive, and certainly it can be prosperous, not just for now, Leo, but also for the longer term. So I hope you land on the deal that you want, that you close the contract that you want. I hope it works out for you. And so let me know how you resonated with these ideas, Leo. I'd be interested to know because it's such a specific and clear message. I'm wondering, if I got this right for you. So let me know in the comments. Thank you as always for tuning in. Very best of luck with the week. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Virgo, let's do your 3x2. We're doing a 3x2 with the Zen deck, and let's see what is in store for you. Okay, Virgo, here is your 3x2. It's a little bit tricky. There's a relationship in the cards with the man. News comes through, but I'm not sure it's exactly what you want, so you're still having to manage the communication or the next steps with this person. So the letter N man points to news, contact, communication with this person. Pretty straightforward. The Tower and Fox can point to a job, okay? Because the Tower is often a card of things that are official and institutions, and the Fox can be a card of jobs. At the same time, these two cards can suggest the need for patience because someone, wasn't coming through and it's not easy, and, it maybe the whole procedure or the process is a bit tricky. So it can be a source of frustration. We see this in the top row with the mouse. The mouse is a card of annoyances. There can be little obstacles that get in the way here and there. It's also a card that drags and, that wastes time. So with the letter mouse and fox, there can be news that first is not great news. It's not exactly what you wanted. And it can also be that moving forward with this procedure or whatever it is you're after, possibly a job or a project, is taking time. and there are issues. The fox at the end of the line, can suggest that it's not fully resolved within the week. So you have to manage it carefully, and I would say, Virgo, avoid showing that you're annoyed. Just go through the steps, even if it's tedious and slow. The bottom row, on the other hand, is quite positive because we have the beautiful flowers. The flowers is a really bright card, and it points to renewals and things coming back and coming through. So that's kind of a hopeful message. The Tower can mean, that element of longevity. It's dragging, taking time, but the flowers is a card of renewal, so it does set things into motion. It can also point to some good news or support from this organization or this place. And with the Man, it's clear that there is contact and communication. So it's not all bad news or slow news or just annoyingly, the procedure is annoying. There are positive factors in here, Virgo, so keep focused on them. The Tower with the Mouse and Man, here's another message where, it sounds like this person is dragging, or it's slow, or there are complications. But the Letter, Flowers, and Fox is again, potentially more hopeful and can bring forward the what you're after. Now, what you're after is coming down to your specifics, but I think it's more something practical, or you need paperwork, or you're applying for a job or an opportunity. I have to note, though, Virgo, that the Flowers and Fox can suggest someone who is a bit false to your face. So the type of people who pretend to be nice, but they don't really mean it. It can represent someone like that. So I would just caution you against what's in the news and, the whole situation. Read between the lines. Don't take things at face value, and keep working through the process and following up as much as you can. So overall, Virgo, it sounds like there is progress, but it's not as fast as you'd like it to be. There can be some gaps and some issues that, maybe don't make you totally happy with, the offer or the communication. Beware of the people you are dealing with. It's not all, you can't take all of it at face value. So just be aware. And at the same time, it sounds like you have to deal with this. And I don't think it's fully resolved within the week. So it sounds like things are still in progress and process, a bit slower, a bit annoying, but keep working on it, and certainly focus on the details as much as possible, Virgo. Be patient with others, and, be nice, because you sort of have to. I think it's more on the practical work side, but in case of personal relationships, Virgo, I think that, it's not the greatest or warmest of connections, even though we have the flowers. We do have some other question marks around this. I would say just keep taking your time with the relationship, and, honor your doubts and what you're picking up from it. So still a work in progress this week. Let me know what you make of these ideas, Virgo. As always, I look forward to your thoughts and feedback. Best of luck with this. Take it easy. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Libra, let's get into your weekly reading. We are doing a 3x2 with the Zen deck. Let's deal out your cards and see what's ahead. Okay, Libra, here is your 3x2. It's kind of straightforward to me. And I've been seeing the mouse a lot this week, so you're not alone. There are some issues, obstacles. It sounds like it's a bit of a slower week, maybe has some complications. But for your part, Libra, I think you're able to pick up and move forward. And it sounds like you're able to have some important conversations, or do some important things in your life. Important and not so important. So errands or bigger tasks. We have the Mouse and Lily. And I have to say, this combination stands out a little bit as affecting your health, maybe, Libra. Maybe you're feeling a bit stressed or worn down. And so it's a good time to rest and to do things to recover your energy. But also, Libra, the Mouse and Lily can suggest issues with your career or your direction in general. Maybe your lifestyle, like you feel a little bit, maybe not so organized, not so focused. And so you could feel a bit distracted, and maybe you feel like you're wasting time or not on top of things. So it could be a good week to clean up house and to tighten things up. The Fox and Bird is a conversation, and it definitely calls for diplomacy. So the bird can be a bit of an anxiety causing card, can be nervous. The fox, though, is a lot more calculated and a lot more clever. So with your conversations, you have to be calm and clever, and it sounds like you are negotiating something. And that could certainly tie into the mouse and lilies, because the lilies can be about your life, your career, and maybe you're trying to improve things. So it calls for a conversation where you can clear things up and maybe improve the situation. The mouse with the stork and bird can mean that you had been either dragging your feet around making this conversation happen, or perhaps you had been maybe there were issues in the way, but certainly with the stork in the middle and the stork is on top of the tree, which is a nice combination, things pick up and you're able to have this conversation. So don't waste time about this anymore, Libra, and move forward and negotiate and do what you need to do. The fox with the tree and lily is actually really good for work and career and your job. It certainly calls for a sense of stability. So I feel that maybe, with the mouse and bird, you're feeling unstable, or you're feeling a bit all over the place. The bottom line is trying to bring things into focus for you. So maintain consistency, maintain discipline, maintain routine, and create predictability in your life so that you don't feel like you're all over the place, or that your energy is draining, or, there are gaps in your whole system. So that's a really good combination for that. It is also a good combination for security and for being on the right track. So again, no need to fret, no need to over worry. Try to bring yourself into focus, Libra. The mouse and fox certainly brings up issues and concerns. You could have been concerned about something not being right, maybe a scam, possibly also difficult people, and people who just take and waste your energy and things like that. I'm not really seeing people apart from a conversation here, and so not so much the one-on-one, but it could still be part of the the overall circumstance that gets to you. You could also have made errors or made mistakes, or things went sort of wrong, and so very much a week to try to rectify things and to bring them under control. The stork and tree is actually really nice for growth. It would be a combination for promotion. In the context of work. So maybe you're after that, and maybe you weren't able to get what you want so far, and that's possibly the reason why there's a conversation. We see this with the bird and lily. So again, negotiating for your career, for your path, but also having conversations as needed in order to close these gaps, to improve how you feel, and to bring things into focus. So I think it's the cards are really interesting. I appreciate the advice they're giving you, Libra. I hope you resonate. Don't feel like you're all over the place, or that you've lost control. No, everything is fine. You just need to close some gaps, have a conversation, negotiate where you can, and keep doing what is right. Keep following up on your routine, being consistent, doing what you need to do. Don't be lazy. Don't give up on things. Just keep doing what you can. And I think things will move forward. I also think that if you've been having a hard time having that conversation or getting this person to listen, I think you can manage this this week. So that's also a really good takeaway. And also be a bit more active. It's going to improve your mood, improve your energy. So again, don't wallow or anything like that. The cards are not dramatic, not by any stretch. But, the mouse can dwindle, and if you sort of not take care of it in the early stages, it can grow into something bigger. So pick yourself up, Libra, do what you need to do. You're on the right track. Have that conversation, follow up on your disciplines, and you'll be in that sense of stability and predictability. Let me know what you make of these ideas. As always, I look forward to your thoughts and feedback. Very best of luck with the week. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Scorpio, let's get into your weekly reading. We are doing a 3x2 with the Zen deck. Let's deal out your cards and see what is in store for you. Okay, Scorpio, here is your 3x2. It looks like a sweet reading. It seems to point to a relationship, and more on the loving, friendship, kind, or romantic side. But I don't think you can move forward as quickly as you'd like in the relationship. Instead, I think it's best to take your time. The heart and moon is a lovely combination for attraction, for desiring someone, and really some loving feelings coming through. And the woman and tree highlights the person. So whether you're the woman or the other person is, or whoever the woman represents, it's flexible. The tree suggests that there is an unfolding relationship here. The heart with the clouds and tree, though, can bring up some doubts. Often with the clouds and heart or other relationship cards, there can be a worry about how the other person feels about you. And maybe at this stage, Scorpio, you don't really know how the person feels. And with the tree, which is a card of patience, and it is on the right-hand side, it's a good idea to wait, and things will evolve, and you'll see how it goes. The tree is also quite solid and anchored and centered, so it can pull down the clouds and avoid their negativity and, just going in all sorts of directions that are in your mind. I mean, like imagining all sorts of unnecessary things, so chill, relax, and allow this relationship to unfold. Now we have the woman, mountain, and moon. And this could be nice for going in another location, visiting a place abroad. Maybe this person is based in a different location. Maybe there's prospects of an invitation to get together. All of these are possible. At the same time, Scorpio, the clouds is on top of the mountain, and so this would bring out the more negative side of the mountain, which is a card of obstacles. So it sounds like there are blockages, and maybe the relationship is a little bit stuck right now, and that sort of ties into the top row. With the moon on the other side, it's a bit like the tree. There's like a softer energy. Let it go, allow things to unfold, and see how the relationship comes through. The woman with the clouds and moon can be a bit challenging because the clouds tends to bring out the dark side of the moon. So there can be, again, some doubts, or you're not sure if this is gonna fall into place. And the heart with the mountain and tree is another nicer combination for sure, but also a slower combination where things are maybe on hold and certainly progressing slowly. So there is a positive energy in the relationship, and I think there is a fair deal of attraction and desire. But I don't think within the week, at least, Scorpio, you're able to move forward so quickly with this. There can be a bit of tension, a bit of question marks, uncertainty, not being sure about how you or they feel. And so there's a need to let it go and to allow it to unfold. The tree and moon is certainly pretty, in terms of a lovely unfolding. It's just that it's not 100% yet, and it's also slower, and it's best to just let it go. Now, I think that the cards are more on the feeling, personal side because of the heart and moon, and the other cards don't really pull into another direction. But it can also be in another context. There's many Scorpios out there, so I can't really lock in any specific context, but the same dynamic applies. There's an interest, there's a wanting to either collaborate or to hear from this person, but things are a bit slow at the moment. There's no drama, there's no challenge, there's no argument, nothing like that. It's just that there could be a distance or some blockages, some question marks, and so there's a need to take it easy and allow things to unfold naturally. So let me know what you make of this, Scorpio. Let me know who this person is, if this was more personal, romantic, or in another area of your life. As always, I look forward to your thoughts and feedback. Very best of luck with the week. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Sagittarius, let's deal out your 3x2 with the Zen deck and see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Sagittarius, here is your 3x2, and we do have the snake in the cards. The snake can be deceptive. It can highlight some issues, but we do also have the beautiful star and the tree and the heart and the moon. So we have quite a positive energy here. So in this sense, the snake is more about a roundabout path and also moving forward discreetly. And this works well with the road. Both of them are sort of winding. So it might not be the most direct path to your goals, but you're certainly on track. And if there's a bit of a roundabout, then that is fine. The tree and snake is very much a combination of wisdom. It's definitely time to take a step back and also to process things for perspective. And also you might want to have a good strategy, wait on this until you have a good plan forward. And it is a quieter kind of time. So, take time out for yourself and contemplate. The star and moon, on the other hand, is a very beautiful combination. It points to wish fulfillment, and there could be some really good things happening for you. I also feel, Sagittarius, that it's happening on the inside as well, where you could be feeling fulfilled and happy. And so maybe you're celebrating quietly. But more generally, these are some really positive cards for things moving forward. Again, you might not be able to make them happen immediately. Maybe they're in process, but I think things are working out rather nicely. The tree with the heart and moon is also beautiful. This is a lovely combination for feeling good, well-being, a sense of happiness, and very much like an inner happiness with the tree, which is often a card of solitude. It can also be about attraction to someone, or them attracted to you, or some really good vibes with another person. Although I'm not really seeing people cards, but the heart can bring up these feelings. And with the moon, there is a sense of attraction as well. So things are evolving positively, and it's a very nice, easy-going line. The star with the road and snake is also lovely. The star and crossroads or road suggests an opening that materializes for you. Now again, the snake is indirect, and it can point to deception. Of course, I can't dismiss that, that's a possibility, but I think the rest of the cards are so bright, I'm not really seeing the snake in this way. Instead, I think it's more about this roundabout, indirect path and moving forward quietly. And also, you might not share with others that you have this opportunity now or what you're up to. Again, I feel it's a really inner week where you're sort of savoring these really positive energies and just enjoying the unfolding and how you feel, the sense of well-being. Really nice and sweet cards. The tree and stars is also beautiful for wish fulfillment, growth and well-being, and also healing is ahead. The heart and road, sort of similar to the star and road, where you're pursuing something that you want. The moon and snake, I would normally have read this as highlighting an issue with an offer or an invitation and being cautious about it. And that could still apply. But in view of all the other cards, the combination here can also point to that sense of discretion and secrecy and keeping things to yourself as they unfold in what looks to be a really positive way, Sagittarius. The tree with the road and moon is similar. You're pursuing a path. There's an opportunity here. You could be looking at deeper changes, maybe lifestyle changes, but it all feels really good. And the star with the heart and snake can also be a bit challenging, because the snake with the heart can point to dishonest feelings. And I have to say, when it comes to relationships, Sagittarius, the snake is often associated with cheating and dishonesty, so those types, like a third party. But again, in here, I'm not really inclined to see it this way. I think it's more about you really enjoying the things that you want to do and keeping it under your hat, because you know how sometimes when, things can be a bit fragile at first and you sort of want to protect them before telling everyone about them. So I think I'm picking up this energy here, and I think it could apply really nicely with the cards. And like I said, it seems to be a really inner week where you're really going within and enjoying these feelings, a sense of well-being, and just doing your thing. So a really nice set of cards. They seem to affect your life as a whole, because it's a feeling, it's an energy for the most part. But still, some really good things can materialize. It's not a fast week, it's a slower week. It requires discretion and calm. So take it easy and enjoy these lovely feelings and this beautiful opportunity that appears to be unfolding. One more thing I can suggest, Sagittarius, is that you might actually go somewhere and on your own, just to enjoy this, or celebrate on your own, or just, to feel good. So that too is actually would be a nice thing to do this week. Let me know what you make of these ideas. As always, I look forward to your thoughts and feedback. Very best of luck with the week. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Capricorn, let's do your 3x2 and let's see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Capricorn, here is your 3x2. My feeling is that it's building on the previous week. We have this new beginning here with the child and road. It sounds like you're going somewhere, you're moving places, or you're exploring new opportunities. Or if it's not, if it's not physical, there could be a new chapter that's opening up for you. We have the stars, which is beautiful, all around wish fulfillment. So this could be quite powerful for you. Now, the clouds and garden is a bit challenging because the clouds brings up tension and issues. So there can be some tension in a certain environment that is represented by the garden. This could be a place, a workplace, a community. It's really flexible, depends on you. But the stars and child is a beautiful new beginning. It's a healing, a new chapter, and it's definitely one that you want and that resonates with you. So that's going to put any issues that you're going through right now into perspective. And when we look at the top row, we have the clouds, road, and child. It's pretty clear that you can put whatever issues behind you. And again, I want to say, Capricorn, the clouds is not a huge deal. It's not one of those very dramatic cards. It can also point to complications in terms of how you move forward. There could be a lot that needs to be taken care of. For example, it could be exciting and, it could stress you out a little bit, these exciting prospects. But it's very clear that you're off into a new beginning. It can also point to travel, so going in a new direction or, going to someplace new. The star with the tree and garden is lovely. This is about well-being, healing, and also being anchored in a space. Now, I don't think it's the same space where we're seeing the clouds. I think it's the new space where we're seeing the child because it's on the right-hand side of the 3x2. So these are lovely cards for healing, for well-being, for wish fulfillment, and also for sort of finding yourself in a certain place. The clouds with the star is great also for clarifying matters, overcoming the issues or the tensions. They're also great cards for creativity and thinking outside the box. The road and tree is about the path ahead, and I think that it's not going to like everything unfolds immediately. I think you need time for it to unfold, but definitely the adventure starts now. And the child and garden points to this new space, this new environment. It could also be a new community, and it's certainly part of what makes you happy. So you could be going through some pretty big changes. You could have some pretty significant prospects for a new and fresh start, Capricorn, and it sounds really exciting. And in terms of health, I have to say that the bottom row can bring up health, and the clouds is sometimes associated with tension and stress. So this could be a time when you relax and you could sort of take it easy and anticipate what's ahead. So really nice cards. The clouds, tree, and child is again pointing to the seeds, this new beginning that are in the works. It can be a source of tension. It can be exciting, but it can also have certain demands. And the star with the road and garden is about moving to this new place and pursuing your goals and objectives. So there's a very sort of opening energy, relieving energy, and a happy one as well in these cards, Capricorn. We don't really see in what area it manifests. It could be work-related, personal relationships, or some other area. But I think it could sort of affect your life as a whole. So you let me know in the comments, Capricorn, in what area this specifically materialized for you. If you're willing to share, I'd be really interested to know. So very best of luck with this lovely week. Let me know how it goes. Thank you again for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Aquarius, let's get into your weekly. Let's do a 3x2 with the Zen deck and see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Aquarius, here is your 3x2, and I feel it could be building a little bit on the previous week's cards. We're seeing some challenges with people, friends, colleagues, or customers, maybe whoever is represented by the dog. And we do see the whip in the cards, which can be pretty challenging, but we also have the stork and child, and this points to a new beginning. So I think you need to let go of certain people, and I think you have to stop giving it chances. I say this because of the flowers and whip. Well, let's get to this in a bit. So the mouse and whip is definitely something challenging. It can point to a loss or an argument, but I think something falls through. So this could be disappointing and a bit difficult. The dog and flowers would be nice. It's great for a relationship, for renewals and friendships, this kind of connection which comes back with a sense of energy and enthusiasm. So you could be reconnecting with certain people, but I want to hold off on this just yet. The mouse, stork, and flowers is definitely a sign to move on, okay? So the mouse is a slower card. It's a card of annoyances, energy vampires, those sorts of negative energies. And with the stork and flowers, it's like you have to seize yourself out of this, Aquarius. So you need to do something about it to bring back more positivity into your life and avoid, being with negative people or wasting time on things that are not working out, and focus on what will actually bring you results and bear fruit, as it were, with the blooming flowers. The dog with the child and whip, I think, is a non-starter. We have the whip on the other side of the child, so this compromises this new beginning. And with the dog, it sounds like there's this new relationship or this new opportunity with this person, whether it's personal or work related, that doesn't look like it works out. Okay, even though we have the flowers on top of the whip, I would say avoid trying too hard on something that seems not to work. Okay, so stop beating a dead horse and trying to force something because it doesn't look like it's working. Instead, with the stork and child, you want to move in a different direction. Now, earlier we have the mouse and dog, which points to this person who's a bit of a negative energy, draining, or just not really fitting. So I think the way the cards work and the order of the cards, they tell us that you might have been trying to make something work with someone and it doesn't look like it's working, so you're best giving up on it and looking in a different direction instead of trying to force something to happen, because it seems to be a waste of your time at this point, Aquarius. We have the mouse, child, and flowers, which is a confirmation of this. So, create a sense of renewal in your life, like get out of this situation and get a fresh perspective on this. And the dog, stork, and whip really confirms what we saw in the bottom row, that with this person, it's not working out. We have the whip on the other side of the stork, so it's best to let it go and move on. So I'm not saying you have to fight with them, or argue with them or anything like that. In fact, the flowers can bring a gentle energy and suggest that, well, you're nice about it. But I think the decision and the actions you take in your life are pretty clear, that you shouldn't be wasting your time on this person or these people or on this prospect or opportunity, whatever it is specifically for you, because these cards are really clear. This is not working out and you need to go in a different direction. So I don't know how difficult it is for you to hear this, Aquarius, but if it applies, if it makes sense, then see if you can draw a line, make a change, and move in a different direction so that you're not wasting time on this anymore, because it's like at this point you've tried too hard, or it is trying too hard. I'm not sure in what context this can figure. It could be work or personal or something else. The cards are flexible in this sense. So you let me know what you make of them, Aquarius. As always, I look forward to your thoughts and feedback. Very best of luck with this. Take it in stride and move on. Your time is more important and your happiness is more important. So again, let me know how it plays out. Thanks for tuning in. As always, very best of luck with the week. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Pisces, let's get into your weekly. We're doing a 3x2 with the Zen deck. Let's see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Pisces, here is your 3x2. It's looking pretty neutral, but there is an important message, and that you could be making an important decision that affects your life, and it sounds like you will make a positive choice. So the lilies and moon could be an offer. It could be a work offer, a career, something that affects your career. It could also be something that affects your lifestyle, how you live, and things like that. So the moon is a gentle card, and you want to make sure that your life is in a nice situation. So that I think is part of the decision. The cross and road is very much about being at crossroads. So again, this could be a choice. You could be at a fork in the road, and because of the lily and cross in the cards, I think, Pisces, this could be an important decision. So this week it sounds like you make a decision, and we have the road and moon on the right hand side of the 3x2. So it sounds like you make the choice within the week. The lily with the dog and road brings a person into the picture. We have a friend here, and you could be moving forward with this person in some way. They could be someone who help you with your decisions. It could be a collaboration, a partnership, or a customer, or a friendship. And here you're going places and exploring opportunities with this person. The cross with the garden and moon again points to an important decision with regards to a certain space, how you settle in it, how you get involved with it with the moon. And it could also be a place where you meet people. It could also be an encouragement for you to get involved, Pisces, so to go out and to explore and to meet people, to network, as we see through the dog and garden. And something important can come out from here. The lily and cross is an important message for your life path. So it's a bit like the cross, except not necessarily about having to make a choice. But there are it's an important phase in your life, or you could be becoming aware of something significant in your life, or making other decisions for your life, your career, your lifestyle, and possibly even your health. And like I said, the dog and garden is about people and networking and meeting people. So they could be significant for you. They could be part of your setup here, your path forward. So definitely take the time for going out and being with people, Pisces. The road and moon is lovely for an opening. It's a gentle energy that opens up opportunity and choices. And I also think in terms of relationships, there can be potentially some attraction or a good connection here, depending on what specific context these relationships are in. The lily with the garden and road, again, you are making decisions about the places and people you're involved with. You could also be moving forward in a certain direction, getting involved in certain ways, and exploring paths moving forward, Pisces. And you're definitely encouraged to do this. The cross with the dog and moon can bring up one or more friendships or people who prove to be supportive. And they could be pretty significant for you. They could bring an element of importance to your life. And they could be part of these involvements and this path that opens up. So the cards, like I said, are pretty neutral, but they can be exciting in terms of what is opening up for you at this time, Pisces. Some relationships can be exciting, some choices could be exciting, some lifestyle changes are possible, and your career and your work can also be affected and on the table. So I would say there's a overall nice energy, because there is a sense of attraction that mainly comes through the moon. And also because it's like you're being guided. I think it affects your direction and your life in deeper ways. So it could be eye-opening. It could be, an opportunity to resonate with what matters to you and the people who matter to you. So let me know what you make of these interesting ideas, Pisces. Let me know how you resonated with this spread. As always, I look forward to your thoughts, your feedback. Very best of luck with the week. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself.